Good morning, gladiators. We who are about to play salute you. Alright, welcome to a sunny Wednesday morning. And today I have the privilege of playing one of my favorites. In fact, my favorite beat 'em up of all time, Streets of Rage from SEGA. Now this game originally came out in 1991. It's a long time ago, and it was made for the SEGA Genesis and I believe the Master System, maybe. Genesis being the Mega Drive, for those who don't know. And it had two sequels, Streets of Rage 2 and 3, and never any official sequels. But the game I'm playing today is in fact the Streets of Rage remake, which was an unofficial fan remaster that put all three Streets of Rage games together into the one playable compendium. So without any further ado, let's get stuck into it. You're gonna love the music in this one. Well, at least I do anyway. Really kind of cool techno-y club vibe from the 90s. So this introduction we're seeing is actually a fan remake introduction. I don't believe it was in the original. In Japan, this game was originally called Bare Knuckle, and for some reason was rebranded as Streets of Rage. These are some of the main characters in the game. There's the big boss. The city was once a happy, peaceful place, until one day a powerful criminal organization took over. Mr. X, the syndicate boss believed completely destroyed by three young vigilantes, has come back to life, stronger than ever. This new vicious syndicate soon had control of the government and even the police force. The city has become a center of violence and crime where no one is safe. Adam, Axel and Blaze set out to save the city, joined by Axel's friend Max, a wrestler, Adam's kid brother Skate, and Zan, a former investigator turned robot. They are willing to risk anything, even their lives, in the streets of rage. So here's our heroes running. Alright. So yeah, that's a pretty cool introduction that wasn't in the original. Yeah, this is the Streets of Rage remake, which is of course not sanctioned by SEGA or anything, but it's been a long time since the original, and it's a pretty faithful remake with plenty of options. So we're going to do one player mode. We're going to start off with Axel, but when I die, which I probably will, we're going to take over as in a Blaze or even Max, Adam. We'll go with Axel because he's the default guy. This is a situation. We have a patrol car, a helicopter, and several rocket launchers. Ammo is limited, so use it wisely. You'll only have support in accessible places. Understood. With Blaze's help, I've drawn up a map with our main targets.
We know that Mr. X is behind this, but we can't touch him. He's bribed the city officials, the police, and cleared his reputation thanks to public acts of generosity, like the new baseball stadium.
Anyway, boring. There's a plot, but you don't really need to know it. So you can start off in a few different locations. I think we'll take this one. Stage 1, which means like they've actually put together a bunch of the different scenes from Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 and put it into one coherent game, so you can take different paths to finish it. So you move around. Punch. That was a special attack. Jump, punch, kick. Oh. Really, I love the music. It's the heart pumping. The two composers, actually, I can't recall their names, but they actually made the music for this by going into Japanese clubs at the time, dance clubs, and listening to what the DJs were playing, and then actually kind of replicating it on their computer synths. Things like Technotronic and that kind of pump up the jams. It even sounds a bit like that. Well, this is tough. I'm actually not doing so well. This idiot with a knife is causing trouble. Oh. We've lost a life already. I'm actually still trying to figure out the keyboard controls. Because you do actually have a number of different controls you can use. Yeah, we got a knife now. Keep going. A bit loud in my ears. So the beat-em-up genre was first made really popular, I believe, with a game called Double Dragon, which was huge in the video arcades in the early 80s. And since that game, many of these games came out. Everything from this to Final Fight, which of course I think this is really, you know, largely inspired by more than Double Dragon. Everything from there was an Alien vs Predator game. There was a Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up made by Capcom. For a long time, this arcade beat 'em up, where you know, side-scrolling beat 'em up, was very popular until basically Street Fighter 2 came out, and that really sort of took over. Whoa! Oh no! I pressed the help button. That's basically a get out of jail card. I'm still trying to figure out what the damn keyboard shortcut buttons are. It's a hideous nightmare. I should have configured it a bit better. Oh, cool, got a weapon now. Pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. Now we're going to be pipe hitting someone. Those guys with the knives are annoying. Boom! Right in the face. The classic, someone coming out of the garage door moment. And you got like a tire boxer there. Eventually your weapon will weaken and disappear. Really good fun to play multiplayer this game, because you can kind of team up and one player can hold the other and do combo attacks and that kind of thing. My very good buddy from many years ago, Jeff Wicks, had a SEGA Mega Drive. Or was it a Genesis, Jeff? I can't remember. I think it was the Genesis, but we played Streets of Rage many times, and we finished this game dozens of times in various configurations. He had Streets of Rage 1 and 2, but I don't believe he had Streets of Rage 3. I remember, I think we had to hire it from the video shop. This is back in the day when you'd actually walk up to your local, you know, Blockbuster or wherever it was. In our case, it was a video shop called Top Video in the small town of Forestville, and you could hire a game. And we would hire this on weekends, Streets of Rage 3, and see if we could finish it. This guy's really annoying because he's just staying off screen. Come on. There we go. Got him. Ah, he picked up the bat again. Ah, there we go. Give me that. Ah, it disappeared. Now, admittedly, there are many sort of simple enemies with that repeat through the game, but they have lots of frames of animation and they're quite well animated for the time. Oh, that's a cool move. The old flip. Oh! Soon I think we'll probably be fighting one of the first bosses. Depending on where we... I'm not sure which route we've taken, but there's one boss that actually looks like Andre the Giant, the professional wrestler. And they call him Andore. It's pretty cool. And there's like a Ultimate Warrior style boss as well who breaks out of a garage. That's always the thing. So that garage there might be where the boss comes out. Oh no, okay, we have one of the first sort of bondage ladies. Nora. Oh, come on. Oh, blow him up. Those knife guys are really annoying. There are a surprising amount of stages and variety of stages in Streets of Rage. You end up on jet skis and motorbikes and fighting on the back of trucks. Even an alien theme park and a wrestling ring underneath a baseball stadium, which is pretty cool. Oh, okay, we got 2 bondage ladies. A lot of this was sort of its time. You know, in the 80s and 90s, the punk vibe was quite a thing. That the rebels were all kind of in safety pins and leather and spiky hair and that kind of thing. It wasn't, not that I'm aware of, so much fetishized as it is today with the whole bondage theme. Maybe it was. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, what's this? Oh, Attack of the Barbarian. So we've got a boss fight here. I guess he's meant to be an Australian with a boomerang. Antonio. It's not a very Aussie name. I'm of course Aussie, so I know that. We've got a good hit on him. This music's really cool in my headphones. I'm not sure how well it's translating onto the speakers, but it sounds awesome in my ears. It really gets you in the mood for playing this game. Now this is, of course, yeah, fan remake, but they did an excellent job of, you know, capturing the best parts of it. They never really made any Streets of Rage sequels after Street Fighter 3. Yeah, as I said, after Street Fighter and those games came out, this sort of genre never really regained popularity, and I know there's been a few indie games that I kind of like this, but nothing quite the same, you know. Come back a bit. That's one annoying bit of AI, is that hanging off screen is just a cheap cop-out, really. Come back, come on. So he's got 3 health bars. You can see at the top he's still in his second one, so we've got a little way to go. Oh, that'll hurt him. Oh. Come on. Come on. It's not the most compelling viewing when the bad guy refuses to come on screen. And the protagonist is as bad at this game as I am these days. Although, trust me, I actually used to be good at this. Oh, lovely headbutt there. I miss this genre, and you know, with the lovely pixel art and the bright music and colors and so on. I much prefer it to Tekkens and Street Fighters, which are very much multiplayer games, but combative rather than cooperative. Nearly got him. Roar! So he's dead. Stage 1 clear. Through any path of Streets of Rage, there's usually 10 stages, and in this remake you can kind of take different paths. Why'd you find out, Adam? Oh, we'll never know, because I skipped the cutscene. Doesn't really matter. We've got a bit more of a funky music track now, and some dilapidated, dodgy alley. Some punks, and I think these guys are kind of based on Ninja Turtles. I remember reading that Y signal. I can't remember if that's of course, barrels, staple of any kind of beat 'em up. Sometimes the barrels are on fire. What? Oh, that was weird. I kind of almost want them to kill me so I can try out a different character, because Blaze is really cool. She's got some great moves. You're always outnumbered in this game. And of course, yeah, as I was saying, you do meet the same enemies many times with different sort of palette color switching, but I'll forgive that because there are a lot of varieties of enemies. And the game ends in this big sort of high-rise tower where you fight a big Yakuza boss with a machine gun and his karate henchman, which is straight out of sort of, you know, Hong Kong cinema. Oh, come on, stop flipping me. We'll let him kill me, so we can take over with another character. Oh, actually, no. Next guy can kill us. These first two stages have been not as visually colourful as some of the other ones, unfortunately. I must have taken a darker path, but the game is quite colourful. Whoa, little dance routine. Straight a footloose. Whoa, repeat it. I should have set this up with the controllers, but I can't find my little 8-bit Do Nintendo controller right now. It's ridiculous. Today and tomorrow I'm actually putting together a demo of my own game, Sword and Sandals Pirates, and I'm supposed to be working on it, but instead I'm playing this. I am kind of technically on my lunch break, but hey, it's fun to play. Whoa, right upper, grand upper. I don't know what that was. I used to say it all the time, grand upper, but I can't remember how to do it. Is it a double tap or something? We'll let him kill us, and so we can take over with Blaze. Alright, who will we choose? No! One more life. We keep going then. Maybe the next boss will get us. Oh, I just got an extra life too. Oh well. Look, this is only going to be a fairly short video. We'll get to the end of the stage and then call it a day, because I should get back to work. Wow. You can, of course, run. Ah, that's how you do it, grand upper. It's a pretty powerful attack. There's actually a lot of different attacks. I mean, the original Double Dragon only had like a couple of combos, but this has way more. It's generally considered one of the greatest sort of beat-em-ups ever made. By many, anyway. And a fine example of a lost genre, really. And admittedly, way more fun multiplayer. Going on a little adventure together, cracking some skulls and saving the city in the process. Alright, now we can choose Blaze. Here we go. She's wearing a real 80s kind of leather mini skirt and halter top combo. She's got some great attacks though. Boom! Straight away, she's kicking some ass. Boom! I wish you could hold the bat forever. Give me that one. Give me the baseball bat. I guess not. Life's easier with a bat, right? I wonder who the next boss is. I feel like we're almost there. The stages aren't that big, but they do get quite inventive later when, you get chased by a bulldozer, and there are actually robots in this game, giant fighting robots you have to fight, so it gets almost quite sci-fi in a way. And these giant sort of fat guys in baseball caps, and we breathe fire, and... Oh, here we go. There's a fire axe juggler. Is he a boss? I don't think he is, but... He's insisting on hovering off screen. So already just with this character we've seen so many different movesets. Although admittedly this is a bit of a boring stage, unfortunately. Very drab background. Real punk vibe. But yeah, over the 3 games there are over 30 stages, which is pretty impressive. The game engine didn't change that much between 1, 2, and 3. You got a few more special powers and so on. That's really overpowered, that attack. But you do take some damage when you use it in the process. So there's a trade-off. You already can see the palette color shifted opponents already. But we'll get to this end of the stage and we'll call it a day. How about that? I love that she sort of stands there and waits for people rather than, you know, going to the next thing. So now we're fighting some kind of like Jason from Nightmare on Elm Street type character with a hockey mask. Not Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween. Or was it Friday the 13th? I'm now confused. I can't remember. Is it Mike Myers or Jason? I think it's Jason, right? With the hockey mask. Whoa. Hey, now he's got a Uzi as well. That's no fair. Well, we can do that too. Let's call in the police. That'll learn ya. Haha, I got him. Fool. Ah, I thought the stage was done. Ah, no, motorbike dudes. You can actually ride those bikes in a later stage. I'm powering through that special power because I'm not that worried about, you know, how far we need to get in this game. She's a bit quicker than Axel, not quite as powerful, but still. Whoa, it was a cat. There's a gun. Hard to shoot those guys on the bikes. Oh. There we go. Off he goes. Bike explodes. Some kind of piratey punks with bandanas. We're literally killing hundreds and hundreds of villains in this game. Total mass murder. All in the name of justice, of course, because we are vigilantes. Oh, here's the big boss of the realm. Music changes. And he is like Freddy Krueger. So we must have had the whole, yeah, the Halloween Nightmare on Elm Street theme. He's got the big gloves. Quite a creepy looking guy. He's like 7.5 feet tall. Hunched over. And hanging off screen like they're so fond of doing. So that's ends of Blaze. We'll still get to the end of the stage, like I said. Let's try Big Max. And he's a massive unit. He's the slowest of them all. And actually not as much fun a character to play as the other ones for some reason. Something about him is a little slow moving. Better suited to a Street Fighter. The knife looks tiny in his hands. But he got the job done. Alright, stage 2 clear. I might just see what next stage is like, just out of interest. We're not going to go through it, but I'm going to see what it's like. Okay. Ah! a little romantic moonlit stroll with punks and warriors and ninjas and... I think this one might end up in a theme park, I can't remember. Anyway, there we are for now. We'll shut that down. Yeah, that's Streets of Rage remake. As I said, it's an unofficial port, not endorsed by SEGA or anything, but you can find it online if you're interested in checking out one of the great beat-em-up games from the 1990s. Later this week, I'm hoping to bring out some footage of Sword and Sandals Pirates, not as a Oli Plays video, but just on the regular Whiskey Barrels channel. All right, everyone, have a great week, and bye for now.